Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jen, and on this channel I like to create DIY home decor and crafts. For this video, it's going to be my 4 Valentine's Day crafts that I created. They are super easy and super affordable to recreate, so I hope you stick around to see them and get some inspiration from them. I will say I'm extremely new to the DIY community, or just YouTube community in general. And this is actually my first intro video, so I am a little nervous, so bear with me. But yeah, I really enjoy creating home decor and just crafts, and I love crafting with my kids. So if that's something that you guys are into, like I said, I hope you stick around and watch this video. All right, let's get into it. This DIY, I'm taking this frame from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to remove the flowers on the frame. I'm going to take the frame apart from the sign and set the frame to the side. I'm going to turn over the sign and I'm going to remove the backing, the hanger on the back of the sign, and I'm just going to sand that down to get any of the bumps gone. And then I'm going to use this back of the sign to create my picture. I'm going to take my white chalk paint by Waverly and I'm going to give the sign 2 coats of paint. While the paint's drying, I went to my Cricut design space and I created 2 rows of hearts, 4 in each row, and I'm just going to cut that out with my stencil paper and place that down on the sign after it has dried. Next, I'm going to take 4 bowls of water and I'm going to do 4 different colors of paint for this. So I'm going to take Folk Art's Bright Pink and I'm going to mix that in with the water, and I'm just going to paint that on there. And I'm trying to go for a watercolor effect. So if you think it has too much paint, then you can just add more water. That's what I did here. I just thought, okay, this is a little too opaque, so I'm going to go in with some water, and it created that watercolor effect. The next paint I'm going in with is Lipstick Red by Folk Art, and I'm just going to mix that in another bowl of water, and then I'm going to do the same. Just place that paint down in the heart, in the stencil, and this one came out really opaque, so I did go in with some water on my brush, and I just added water to that heart. Next paint I'm going in with is Ballet Slipper by Waverly, and I'm just going to repeat the same steps. Again, this one was a little bright, or opaque, so I went in with some water on my brush and just dab that in there. And the last color I'm going in with is from Target, the Mondo Llama, and it's the Chewy Macaron. And this one was I didn't really like how the paint turned out. It was a little bubbly, but in the end, it turned out okay. And I just did 2 hearts with each color. And after that's dry, I removed the stencil, and I did have a little bit of paint spill, so I'm taking that white paint and I'm just touching up anywhere that I accidentally got the paint on. And then I'm going to put my sign back into my frame, and that is the end of the DIY. You've got a beautiful watercolor heart painting. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and get some inspiration from it. Thank you. For this DIY, I'm taking this glitter foam heart that I got from Dollar Tree. I removed the tag and the ribbon that was in it. I'm going to take my white chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to give this heart one good coat of this paint. You want to just make sure the glitter is all covered. Any of that pink is not showing through. And once that white paint has dried, I'm taking my metallic accents paint by Rust-Oleum in the color Classic Bronze, and I'm going to give that one good coat of this paint. And then I wasn't loving how that bronze looked. It was just a little blah to me. So I'm going to take this glistening gold paint from Target, the Mondo Llama brand, I think it's called. Yeah, and I'm going to give that one coat of this paint. And then I did lose footage of me taking out this canvas, but I'm just using one of the biggest canvases, maybe 11 by 14 from Dollar Tree. It doesn't have the frame inside of it, or it's not the stretch canvas, I should say. And I'm going to take these wooden dowels from Michael's, and I'm just going to cut them down to fit so I can make a frame. I didn't have long enough dowels to fit the top and the bottom, so I do cut extra pieces out of these dowels just to fit that frame, or to make it a frame. Right here you can see that I'm just going to cut little pieces out. I have a gap up at the top where the two corners meet, so I need to cut down that dowel to make it fit. And then I'm just going to take my finger sander. I'm going to sand down any of the edges that I had cut. And then I'm going to take my Starbond medium and my Starbond accelerator, and I'm going to glue those two pieces together. And then when you're using this medium and the accelerator, you want to glue one side of your piece, and then you want to spray the opposite side that you're putting together. You don't want to spray put the glue down and then spray the spray on the glue, because that's going to dry the glue instantly. And then I'm just going to add that medium to the dowels, the rest of the dowels, and I'm just going to make that frame. Next, I'm going to go in with my wood filler, and I'm going to add that to any of the cracks, like where I had put the two dowels together, and I'm going to add it to the corners just to make that seamless. And then I let that dry overnight, and I'm taking my sander and I'm just sanding down any of the extra wood filler that I had placed on there. Next, I'm going to go in with my plaster chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to give this whole frame and the canvas one coat of this paint. If I had a frame on hand that was already put together with the frame and the canvas, I would have just used that, but I didn't have a big enough sign, so I had to create my own. Here, I'm just taking that heart that I had painted, and I'm going to add that Starbond medium, and I'm going to glue that down. I would have used hot glue, but I feel like hot glue just with foam, it just doesn't work very well. And then I'm going to take a hanger that I took off of a different Dollar Tree sign, and I try to stick it back into that frame with those little spiky pieces. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, that did not work. So I'm just going to take a ton of hot glue. I mean, a ton. I even added hot glue over top of it after I was done. And this way I have a decor piece that I can either lean up against the wall or I can hang on the wall. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. My decor this year is actually pretty neutral, very simple. That is what I was going for. I hope you guys like it. Thank you for being here. Have a good day. Bye. For this Valentine's DIY, I'm taking this wind twister in the heart shape from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take my ink chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to give the heart one coat on each side. And I'm going to go in with a bronze color after this, so I always like to go in with a chalk paint first before I go in with any of my golds or bronze colors, because it just helps those colors really pop. Now that I have that paint dry, I'm going in with the bronze metal by Rust-Oleum in their metallic accents paint, and I'm going to give the heart one coat of this bronze color on each side. And you can see that the bronze just shows up perfectly. If I had not gone in with a chalk paint to begin with, it would have took me probably 5 coats, not kidding, just to get that color to show up. So, and it just helps the color to adhere better to that chalk paint. It's really hard to get those gold colors and bronze colors to stick to anything when there's not a chalk paint down. Next, I'm going to go in with this wooden dowel. They're the shorter ones from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do the same thing paint-wise. I'm going to take my ink chalk paint. I'm going to give that one coat of paint, let that dry, and then I'm going to take the bronze metal again, and I'm going to put a coat of bronze metal over top of that ink chalk paint. That was a mouthful. I probably didn't have to say all that. After that has all dried, I'm going in with this antique gold rub and buff wax, and I'm just going to do one side of the heart with this wax. And it's really hard to see on camera, but it does make the heart look much more shinier and a little more antiqued or gold. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say, but it definitely makes a difference. It's hard to see. You can see right here when I take it on the dowel, when I put it down on the dowel, how much more of that color just pops and shines. So I'm doing the same thing, taking the antique gold, putting it on the dowel. Next, I'm going to take this wooden piece. I want to say it's from Hobby Lobby. I'm not 100% sure, but any wooden piece will do. That's going to be the base to the project. I'm going to take my antique wax and I'm going to give it one coat of antique wax, take a paper towel, and I'm going to just wipe away the excess wax. Next, I'm going to go in with my drill and I'm just going to drill a hole so I have somewhere to place that dowel in. You don't want to drill all the way through, but just enough that your dowel will stand nicely. To put the dowel on the heart, I'm going to take the Starbond medium and the Starbond accelerator, and I'm going to glue that down. Now my glue actually dried or broke, so I'm having to take a skewer to place that glue down on the dowel. I have to order more caps for them because I have none left and they broke. Then I'm going to spray that accelerator onto the heart, and I'm going to place that down onto the heart. And here you can see I'm going to take a little bit of extra glue and I'm just going to place it on the sides just to make it really secure. And I'm going to take the accelerator and I'm going to spray that, and it instantly helps it dry. And you can see that the accelerator does unfortunately eat that paint away. I learned that the hard way this year. My 4-year-old kept dropping all of our ornaments. I'd have to glue them back together in the accelerator, even though it works so well and I really do love it. It's like a love-hate relationship because it just eats that paint away. It's unfortunate, but it does work really well. Um, Next, I'm going to take some hot glue. I'm going to place that in the hole in the base that we created, and I'm going to stick the dowel inside of there, and then that is the finished project. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and get some inspiration to create it yourself. It was super cheap and easy to create. Thank you guys, and have a good day. Bye. For this DIY, I'm taking a stretch canvas from Dollar Tree. It's a 6 by 8 inch. I'm going to remove all of my staples with my staple remover, and I'm going to set the canvas aside, and then I'm going to sand down that frame just a little bit. Then next I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to give that frame a good coat of that wax, and then take a paper towel and remove any of the excess wax. When that wax has dried, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm just going to glue the frame down to the canvas. And I lost the footage of me tracing the hearts onto this canvas, but I just took two different size Dollar Tree wooden hearts and I traced them onto that canvas just so I can have a guide of where I'm going to set the clay down. Now I'm just going to place my canvas down with the glue, and now I'm going to start with my clay. I'm just going to roll that in my hands, and I'm going to try to get it to the thickness that I like. And then I'm just going to follow that guide where I had traced the hearts. And then I let that clay dry overnight, and I did remove it, and it ended up breaking, but that's okay. I'm just going to take my Starbond medium, and I'm going to glue that clay down again. And oh, there you see I broke it again. My clay is a little old, so it does break easily. But once I have that glued on, I'm just going to take this lightweight spackle from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put that anywhere that I had cracked the clay. And then I'm going to go in with my plaster chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to give that front of the canvas just one coat of this paint. And then when that's all dry, I'm taking my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to remove the excess canvas around the frame, and that is the end of the DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I got this inspiration from a Pottery Barn decor piece for Valentine's Day. Thank you guys so much for being here, and have a good day. Bye! Thank you guys all for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you all next week with a new video. Bye!